Every room in the house has its own function. While bathrooms and bedrooms are considered personal spaces, and the kitchen is a working area, dining rooms and living rooms are places where friends and family gather. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your living room and your dining room ready for market and how to make it irresistible to buyers so that when you put your house on the market, it'll sell fast. Hi, my name's Joel Y. I've been a top producing realtor in the state of Kansas since 2009. And during that time, I've gained a lot of knowledge and experience that I now use to help teach you how to sell your house yourself. And if you or anyone you know are selling a house now or in the near future, hit the subscribe button below and then click on the notification bell and you'll get updates. And when I send you tips and strategies that will teach you to sell your house yourself, sell it fast, and sell it for more money. So let's start with the living room. The living room should always look inviting and should look comfortable because that's where people gather. They sit around on couches and chairs, they chat, they talk about the day, they exchange information, they drink, they party, whatever. So when people are looking at your house, that's kind of the way they look at your living room depending on what their individual lifestyle is. And whether they're home buddies or they're entertainers, your living room is going to be an important part of their social life. So the living room should be, during showings, should be like sparsely furnished. So if your living room is like packed with furniture and tables and shelves and knickknacks and mementos, clear all that stuff out of there and just have a few choice pieces of furniture that make it look comfortable but yet roomy. And take down any personal items like, pictures on the wall of your family or collections of something that might be of interest to you in particular. Because when people look at your house, they want to envision their stuff in there, not look at yours. And remove any furniture, especially the furniture that's like really old and ratty. Like that old favorite armchair you had that you like to watch Sunday football games in. Yeah, it may look really good to you because it's like an old friend, but to a potential buyer, it just may look like a raggedy old piece of furniture. And like when you have coffee tables and end tables, consider placing a vase of fresh flowers or something on one of those tables just to kind of give the room a little lift, and it also helps to make it smell nice. And so if your furniture, when you're choosing the furniture to leave in there, remove all of the big furniture because big furniture takes up lots of space and it makes your living room look smaller. Remember, your living room is for gathering. It's where people get together, so you want it to look like there's lots of room in there. And if you have a fireplace, it's cool to stack logs in there and make it look like it's ready to go, but whatever you do, make sure that it's clean. Let's move on to the dining room. The dining room is where the family gathers at the end of the day to talk about the day's events. It's where you entertain when you're having dinner parties, or sometimes it's just where people sit around the dining room table to play cards or games or, just chat. But when you're showing your house, if you have a formal dining room, make sure that dining room table is set with your formal wear and maybe again a vase of fresh flowers in the middle of it or a centerpiece or something. You just want to make your dining room look really nice. And the floor of the dining room should be hardwood or tile, just like the kitchen. Carpet in the dining room is just not a good idea. If you have just a little eating space off of your kitchen, like a lot of the newer builds do, then make sure that it looks like there's enough room in there to fit a table. One of the biggest things I get from people when they're searching for homes is if their dining room table is gonna fit. So if you have like one of those new build houses that has a kitchen dining combo and you have 5 bedrooms in the house and you're attracting big families, they wanna be able to fit a big table in there. So take out any hutches or anything else that you have in that eating space that takes up room so that it looks like there's more room for the table. And if you have any living room furniture that's encroaching on that space, then pull that living room furniture back so that dining room will appear a little bigger. Because sometimes we even make suggestions like, well, we can always throw a leaf in there and stretch it out here part way into the living room, on holidays to fit everyone in there. And if you do have a formal dining room and it's one of those boxy, smaller dining rooms, consider hanging a big mirror on the wall. And because that reflection will make the dining room look bigger. Even though the measurements aren't gonna, fit a bigger table, but it will make it appear bigger during showings. Sometimes that really helps. So that's it. Yeah, your living room and your dining room are places where people get together, where they have parties, where they gather, and you want those spaces to look warm and inviting, and you want them to be friendly. And when you do get those things ready, just like every other room in the house, We do all this because when we finally do get that big above price contract, we want the buyer to be absolutely in love with that house so they have no buyer's remorse, they have no second guesses, and your house is the best one in the neighborhood. If you found value in this video or found it interesting, please hit the like button below. That really helps me in the whole YouTube scheme of things. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll get new tips and strategies every week that will help you to sell your house yourself and sell it for more money. Because isn't that the reason why we're selling our house ourselves? Is to avoid those commissions and make more money. And again, thank you for watching.